it looks like there's a cascading effect that can happen in an attack that companies might not be aware is possible until after the attack happens. So how do you build a kind of a sense of assurity, even though, like, I suppose, corralling your data well? Is this a service that also comes with Rubrik?
So I'll sort of break this down. So we cater for the modern apps, and the modern apps are very DevOpsy style. They're very self-service. They're very, you want to be able to restore your own data, protect your own data. But more importantly, when we're dealing with enterprises as well, we protect the legacy stuff as well. Your biometric data will be saved on some form of database, if it's Oracle or perhaps SQL, etc. So we are really, really granular with that data that we're protecting. But we go one step further and we build something that's just about to be released in our security suite to combat the complexity of this. It's something called app blueprinting. So we're going to be able to work with you, and you're going to be able to do this yourself, to define within Rubrik what your applications look like. So we know broadly the stack of it, but you can actually now design your apps with the use case that if you needed to restore all that data up into the cloud, we could restore that entire application in the right order with the right components. But on-prem right now, we're being able to build all that out so we know what your applications look like. So to your point, if you need to get specific apps back, because again, not all data is created equally. We really notice that most data on file servers, for example, once it's there and it becomes sort of 6 months old, you never touch it ever again. So there's no point prioritizing that recovery. You've got to recover the stuff that's really important to you right now. So yeah, we cater for the whole spell of things. And going to your point of complexities and glueware, there is so much glueware still in organizations. And I think that's one of the outcomes of the pandemic that we've really noticed is a lot of organizations and CIOs, COOs, CEOs have really realized how much humanware is required to run their organizations. When all your humans are at home, it's really, you really realize actually, if you can't get hold of that guy over there, then this job doesn't get finished. So I can see a big drive in automation to be able to do that. And again, automating and scaling platforms is a lot easier when they're simpler. You can't have all the complexities. You can't have all the customization. It's got to be more t-shirt sized. But if things are more t-shirt sized, it is so much easier to automate and recover. So that's what Nirvana looks like. But we know the real world is an absolute mixture of just all sorts of stuff. So once we know what those apps look like, we can protect them all. We'll protect them to your level of granularity. If it's a vital server, we'll do it in real time. If it's a SQL server or an Oracle database, protecting biometric data, we'll do it, every 30 minutes, every hour, whatever you want. But then what your RPO is. Again, what we're trying to define are your business objectives. So if you are compromised, that your span of data loss is 30 minutes if you've configured it that way. So we cater for both things, James, and we do an awful lot of it all over the world.